Hello and welcome to the Kelly Slater Sculpture Project. My name is Sam Drazik and this is a brief tour of our project to honor one of Cocoa Beach's greatest athletes. Kelly Slater grew up in Cocoa Beach, Florida and learned to surf at my home surf spot called Apollo Building. His mom worked at a little beach bar just to the south called Islander Hut. The Apollo Building was abandoned after the Apollo program and was our parking lot and beach hangout. The Islander Hut was our beer and food supplier. It was the perfect Cocoa Beach surf spot. Kelly went on to become the 9-time world surfing champion. This photo of Kelly was taken by Tom Dugan at Sebastian Inlet in 1996 and was voted as one of the top 100 surfing shots by Australian Surfing Life magazine. This centerfold shot was given to me by Randy Codwell and is one of Kelly's signature moves. It was selected as the best pose to use for the sculpture. The first step was to make a half-scale model or maquette to study the sculpture pose. The majority of the 1/2 scale model was composed using hundreds of pictures of Kelly from the internet. A model was brought in to put the final touches on the maquette. The next step was to make the 1 1/2 scale steel armature to support the weight of the clay to be used in the sculpture. Styrofoam was then used to fill the voids in the steel armature. The remaining voids were filled with an expanding foam and then sculpted. Natasha worked for about 4 months sculpting the final clay version. Matt Keckley shaped the 9-foot shortboard for use in the sculpture. This is the 5.5-foot diameter clay model dome that the sculpture will be mounted on. The clay model was then delivered to the Bronze Art Foundry in Sarasota, Florida to begin the mold making process. This is Rick, the owner of Bronze Art Foundry, and Natasha checking out the complicated task of making the molds. This is a picture of the mold made from the clay model. This is the center body section. You can see the legs coming out on the right. The next step in the process was to make a wax duplicate from the mold. This bronzing process is called the lost wax method. This picture also gives you a little sense of scale. A ceramic mold is made around each wax section. This shot shows a section of the surfboard being prepared for pouring. The first step is to burn out the wax from the ceramic mold. This is done inside the heated canister shown here. You can see the spruing coming out of the mold to facilitate proper distribution of the bronze and allowing the hot gases to escape. The hot mold is moved to the sandbox and prepped for the pour. The sand will help support the fragile ceramic mold during the pour. The 2200-degree bronze is removed from the kiln and readied for the pour. This pour must be perfectly coordinated to assure proper distribution of the bronze before it cools. This is due to the 2 halves of the surfboard needing to be filled at the same rate. This is especially important for a thin-walled pour such as the surfboard. You can see the sprues are well above the finished product to allow for shrinkage. This is the leg after removing the ceramic shell from the bronze casting. 8 separate molds were required to make the bronze surfer. At this point, they've all been cleaned up and they're ready to be welded together. This section was welded together from 3 separate parts. The completed bronze surfer with a couple access holes for mounting. The surfboard was assembled from 5 separate bronze parts. Kendall, the man in charge of putting it together, said it was one of the hardest things he had ever done. Here the bronze surfer and surfboard are welded together with the mounting rod through the foot and into the leg. The bronze surfer and surfboard are mounted to a movable platform for the Surf Expo. Kelly wins his 9th world title. Please visit our website at thekellyslaterproject.com to donate. We are a non-profit organization and are in need of further funding to complete and install the statue in Cocoa Beach. A big thanks goes out to all our sponsors.